So I've been playing Mario Party since the very first game on the Nintendo 64, and it's no secret the games have sort of become kinda trash lately. But what about Super Mario Party? Did they finally make a good Mario Party game? Well, let's talk about it. Now, typically I would talk about the story in a game review, but considering we're talking about Mario Party, who the fuck honestly cares about the story? The real reason why anybody would pick up a Mario Party game would mainly be for two reasons: the board mode that typically makes up the majority of your time playing the game, and the many mini-games you'll be playing as you go through said boards. Super Mario Party does feature other modes as well, and we'll be talking about them also. The game's extra modes are alright at best. They can be pretty fun, and Toad's Rec Room specifically is sorta cool at first. Honestly, it's the kind of thing that is cool but is rarely used for myself, especially since some of them require more than one Switch console. The solo mode is pretty cool, as it pretty much just challenges you in beating the minigames in a specific way, although it's seriously way too fucking easy. You can pretty much beat every challenge at your very first attempt. Yeah, there's probably maybe a handful of challenges that I can think of that might actually take multiple attempts. The online mode, on the other hand, is probably the biggest waste of potential in Super Mario Party. The game only really lets you play minigames against other people, and it's always the same set of games. So, in other words, you don't really get to play the 80 minigames normally available in the rest of the game. Now, picture this. Imagine if Nintendo simply made the entire game's regular board mode playable online. Not only would that obviously be a ton of fun for everyone involved, but it would also get the game in a much better place as a, well, online game. In theory, you could have 4 streamers playing the game online together, live, and everyone can see them rage and have a good time. It could have easily been one of those hilarious games to watch on Twitch, but nope. We just get to play the same 10 or so games over and over. Oh well. I did see some people being very vocal about not being able to use their controller of choice with Super Mario Party, and I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that entire thing. When I first heard about this, I sort of felt the same way. Like, the Pro Controller does have the same function, so why wouldn't I be able to use it? But now that I actually have had some time with the game, I can sorta understand why now. Many minigames require you to hold the Joy-Con in a very specific way, and some of them also require you to press a button timed perfectly with the required motion. You know, the motion you're moving the entire controller in. You wouldn't really be able to hold a Pro Controller the same way, and if you add pressing the button down at the same time, it would be pretty fucking awful to control and hold on to. Not to mention, the majority of games don't require any complicated movements or inputs either, so using just the Joy-Con didn't end up bothering me as much as I thought it would originally. Moving on, however, let's get to the real meat of the game and talk about the boards and minigames. First off, the boards are back to their usual, traditional selves. So in other words, no stupid fucking car forcing everyone to stay together for no reason, which is already pretty fantastic, I have to say. The boards aren't perfect though. They're really small, and for the most part, you're just moving in one direction the entire time. That is, unless you're playing the 2v2 version, which is honestly just as fun. In the 2v2 version, you can make your own path, and that honestly completely changes the game, and is totally worth playing. Definitely don't skip out on it just because it's not a free-for-all. Even though the maps are smaller, some of the other changes made are extremely fun. The ally mechanic is horrendously broken, to the point everyone will be fighting over getting allies at first, instead of stars. The reason being because allies can give you an extra +1 or +2 to your dice roll, making you move around the board much quicker than everyone else can. You can also use their unique die. Oh, did I mention every character has an exclusive die? That's another mechanic in this game that's also pretty fun too. Personally, I like characters who have a pretty balanced die like Mario or Rosalina. Somewhere out there, I'm pretty sure someone made an agreed upon tier list of all the characters' dies. Just think about the fact that Mario Party has a such thing as a high tier character. The minigames in this game are also extremely fun. Some of the games are really creative. My personal favorite minigame is easily Slapperazzi, or Slapperazzi, I wouldn't know how you pronounce that. Where players have to get in front of the camera, but you can just punch the shit out of each other to get the other players out of the way so you get the most points. It's pretty hilarious when you're playing with a bunch of friends who just want to deck each other for the hell of it. Obviously, not every single minigame is as fun and balanced, but I'd honestly have a hard time saying I found one really bad or one that I just flat out hated. All of them are at the very least pretty good. Now, there are still other modes available that we haven't talked about yet, such as River Survival and this one weird dance game they have. Honestly, the dancing thing is probably my least favorite mode to play. The minigames here are all entirely rhythm-based, and while they are fun, I just don't really see myself coming back to this mode anytime soon. River Survival, on the other hand, is pretty decent. It's just a mode where you and 3 others work together to get to the end of a river. You have a time limit, and you play minigames to extend this time. It's pretty fun, but also really fucking easy. You have to play with the bots to really have just a chance of fucking this up. It's really that easy. Like, you playing with other people, even if it's just one other player, the chances of you losing is extremely low. I did, however, unlock a hard mode apparently, so maybe I'll go back and try that out and see if it actually does offer a challenge. But considering how easy the rest of the game has been, I'm not really holding my breath on that one. There isn't much else to really mention in this game, other than the fact that you can unlock stickers and stick them on backgrounds and shit. Yay, I guess? But regardless, Super Mario Party is a very flawed game for a couple of reasons. Essentially, the game is extremely limited and really easy as well. However, what is there is extremely fun. In fact, I think it's the best Mario Party game we've gotten since maybe the GameCube games. It's been a really long time since I've actually had people come over eager to play Mario Party again. But here I am, hosting play sessions about once or twice a week. Considering that this game is flawed by being so limited, but also having the core gameplay itself be really good, I feel it's fair to give Super Mario Party a 7 out of 10. The game does minigames and the boards really well, but you will find them to be limited with a very little number of boards and how small they tend to be. But thanks so much for watching the video. Let me know how you guys feel about Super Mario Party in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.